You have a brand, I'm opening up an opportunity for you to get your brand in front of millions of people. That's right. If you want to find out how, email me right now, advertise at hiphopun.com. Get your brand right before each video that we do. Literally put your brand in front of millions of people per month. The email's advertise at hiphopun.com. Do not waste slots, fill fast. Last month, Joe Budden had NORE on his podcast, and a topic pretty much came up about rappers that are trying podcast out and failing. And let me tell you, these two guys went in rejoicing over rappers that are failing at podcasts. I want to play that clip. And at that time, we didn't know who they was talking about. Well, it appears that they may have been talking about Camron, and Camron left a response earlier today. I'm going to play the original audio of Joe Budden and NORE talking about podcasters. Then I'm going to play what Camron said today. Then stick around after that for my opinion on this. Because, hey, I'm a podcaster, been in it for 6 years. All right, let's roll tape.
I'm looking at these rappers trying shows now because, you know, rappers from our era, and they are so failing. Yo, isn't it great? It's great to see people fail. It's great to see people fail. Yeah. They're doing sports shows. They're doing comedy shows. They selling ass out here. Right? They are selling their ass. They talking about, I'm just doing this for fun. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's a lie. They go get a computer. They get 2 cameras. Yeah. And then they come out for 3 weeks. When the 6 episodes don't work, they start to rethink it. And you know what happens?
Give up.
They come out with another show. And then that's trash. Mm-hmm. And then they start cooking. Y'all looking horrible out here. I'm sorry for some of y'all. And I'm stopping letting.
All right, Cam dropped this video earlier today, boasting and bragging about his new show with me. So I'm going to play it and stick around for my comments.
It's a show, nigga. It's a show, nigga. This is a show. We run a production company, nigga. Don't get me confused with no podcast, man. I run a production company. That's what I do. Killer entertainment, man. This ain't get no microphone and headphones and sit in the kitchen.
On the couch.
Sit in the couch, man. Yeah, we're in the facility, all right? We just want to make that clear, man. Just want to make that clear for the first one. I do not have a podcast, man.
So let me start with the NORE, because I actually did a video on the NORE and Joe Budden, but I never released that video. Here's my thought on it. To me, that's some hater energy. That's some hater energy with Joe Budden, and NORE saying, like, you figure, like, you two are the biggest podcast, top 5 podcasts in the world. Got deals, multimillionaires. Why the hell is you intimidated by somebody starting a podcast in a basement, or somebody, that rents out some space or starts their podcast, whatever? Why would you be intimidated by that? To me, that's a little bit weird. That's the hater energy. That's the type of dude that'll flag your channel or something when they see you coming up, or don't acknowledge you, when you coming up in the game, act like they don't even know who you are when they see your stuff everywhere. But then the other side of it is that the oversaturation of it disrespects the game for me. It disrespects the game in such a way is because we'll bring people on, we'll interview them. Next thing you know, they got a podcast going, like, as if this is something very simple that you could do and pop off it very, very easily, right? Now, it's disrespectful to the people that, started at zero for real, no money, had to really put this thing together for real and get people to actually rock with your content. People didn't already have a fan base for music, a rapper, a prankster, whatever the case may be, right? So I do understand that aspect of it, but ultimately I think it's some hater energy. Why would you want to see anybody fail? Yeah, it's hard and people are going to fail. Why would you want to see anybody fail? That's some hater stuff. Now, as far as Camron, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother thing, because it appears like he was speaking back to them. And my thing with Cam is, I get it. Like, okay. And I want to deal with a couple comments that people were saying, because I saw some real dope comments. And shout out to the Hip Hop Wolf, right? The Hip Hop Wolf. I did see this video first on there, so I want to give him his proper credit, for getting this video, right? Here's a couple of comments I want to kind of read through, right? And I think these is kind of dope, right? Real dope, as a matter of fact. I want to start with this one, right? And the first one, this comment kind of stood out, right, to me. It says, so you spend a bunch of money up front for no reason, so you could easily do it from a couch. It's about content. People could care less if it was in a garage or bathroom. And that's real talk right there. That dude, J Mel's 30, I don't know if you want your name out there or whatnot, but that's real talk 100%. People like us that could come from nowhere and just crush the game because we had great content. No names, no industry connects, nobody co-signing us, nobody putting no money behind us. We had to make it happen and reinvest into the business. I love that comment. But here's another one. Somebody puts, right? A lot of small-minded people in the comments talking about a lot of overhead costs, and he ain't making no money. So why not just do it at the house? Sometimes you got to invest in yourself, take a loss, knowing there could be a bigger opportunity down the line. Everything ain't going to be a sprint. And, in one of his previous videos, he already mentioned that people were interested in the show, but the money they was offering, he already has. So it got to be more. Now, I agree with that aspect as well. All of these people, all right. I just talked about reinvesting. We start off with maybe a phone, then we get a webcam. Now we got 3, 4, $2,000 or $3,000 cameras, a MacBook, better editing programs, better lighting. We have our own studio, facility, whatever you want to call it. We have offices. We have a music recording studio. We have a video recording studio. We have overhead. We have now employees, that are paid to do other things that we can't necessarily do, that we can do ourselves. But in business, it's all about delegation and automating the process as much as you can. So I can see this from all angles. Know why? Because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. So I can see it from the guy that got to go in and clean the toilet, to the guy who got to, come up with the content, the guy that got to come home and edit the content, the guy that got to market the content, the guy that has to, make sure the taxes is good for the business, the guy that got to, run the payroll through ADP every 2 weeks, the guy that has to make sure he pays his taxes, the guy that makes sure the business is run, the guy that makes sure he takes care of his family, the children. So I can understand that. From the bottom all the way to the top. They got to go look for the building, right? They got to go do this for the business, that for the business. Okay, overhead's getting too much. I got to make cuts. Tough employees got to be cut because the overhead is too much. This is what businessmen do, right? So I will never, ever pray for the downfall of anybody's channel or anybody's business in there, especially how volatile YouTube is, when any day you can wake up and your channel could be demonetized. Your channel could be gone. Meanwhile, you done built the business up. Your family's relying on you every month. Employees are relying on you every month to come through. And it's a volatile. See, we ain't got the rap money to fall back on or this to fall back on. We ain't a big name in the industry. So everything we do comes from the muscle. Straight from the muscle. So I can see all angles of this thing. All angles of it. Now, as far as Cam talking about this ain't a podcast. This ain't a podcast. And ultimately, it's all going on YouTube, bro. And if you got an audio version of it, if it's on Spotify, iTunes, it's a podcast, my dude. It could be a show. Yeah, that too, but it's a podcast. It's a podcast if you have an audio version of it on those those sites that we talk about, right? Period. Then you got people out there that's calling it a podcast when it ain't really a podcast. So that's. Now here's the final comment that I think brings it all together, right? They go on to say, it's what the system is designed to do: separate people from coming together. The moment a successful moment occurs, someone wants to claim it. It's all a part of the crabs in the bucket mentality they've domestically and internationally set for us. If we have business, we can't set another business up in another country because it always depends on the international relations, okay? So they went on. I'll just deal with the first part. The last part, they kind of lost me, but I understand that. And you would think that, but what happens is it's like high school in the industry. They got their little cliques. Joe Budden or whatever the case may be. They got their little cliques, and anybody a little under that, they ain't really rocking. They won't mention you. The hip hop blogs, they got their people that they promote. Out of all the powerful interviews we done throughout the years, maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 of them they pick up on the blogs. But any little stupid thing these other dudes say, they talk about it every day because they in that circle. Some of them actually pay the blogs to, promote their stuff as well. So it's just like, what they want to do is they want to kind of monopolize it and keep certain people out. But we are the ultimate competitors in this thing. And we know that we can rock on any level. We know that, if you give us the same people that you interview, we're going to beat your numbers, if not do the same numbers that you do. We already proven it with any big name that we had on the program. See, YouTube makes it a even playing ground, especially when COVID happened. These people ain't know what to do. See, due to people's location, some people are in Atlanta, some people are in New York. It's a little easier to get certain people because they're coming through your city. But when it is, even playing field virtually, ain't nobody in the game fucking with us virtually. But do we want to expand? Are we trying to expand to where we can, get more people in the studio? Absolutely. In Atlanta, a studio in Atlanta, New York, LA, is definitely in the future plans for what we got going on, especially Atlanta. Because everybody's in Atlanta. That's why I'm making constant, frequent trips to Atlanta. I'm probably going to Atlanta within the next few weeks. Looking at real estate down there. Might get another house in Atlanta to expand the operation. So don't ever count us out. Don't ever. I take that as a personal shot. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. And I'm ready to get back and I'm hungry and ready to get back to it. And we 5 years into this thing, and I'm hungry. I'm just as hungry as day one. But hey, man, it's your brother Ogot, man. Went a little long with the video, but had to get some stuff off my chest today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about all that was said, and also make sure that you guys share this video, like the video. That's how you can help push the message. Share the video on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and make sure you hit the like button on the video. Peace.